Hey guys, the next major project we have going on with the tank is activating the main gun. Now what we found is there's no damage or anything here on the breech. Breech block is fine. What they did do coming down here is they welded this plate in front of the breech, and so that's the D-mill that they did. So we have to get a torch in here and cut all the welds and stuff off so that we can go forward with activating the main gun. Now that's only part of it. The big deal with this is before you even do anything like this, there's a lot of paperwork involved. You have to get fingerprinted and background check and all that. So this is what we finally got all that back in from the federal government, the BATF, and you've got to do all this. So once all that's done and you've cleared everything, then you can go ahead and activate what's called a destructive device. Other people have done it. I'm not doing anything new here. Guys like Ron, the Battlefield Vegas guy, or Rod Shaver, Dan Dolan, the list goes on. There's guys with plenty of tanks and other artillery pieces that have done this. So we're just following the same format there. It's a learning process. I don't understand everything about the ordnance that has to happen, nor am I going to pretend like I can figure this out on my own. So that's why we've contacted guys like Bob that can help us out with this, and Rod, of course. Rod Shaver got us going in the right direction too. We've only got one shell casing for it here. We've got a couple more on the way. Gregor from Poland, he's helping us out with this. So you got to have a big network of guys to help you get things like this together. And I'm finding other things too. Once we get all this cut off, there's a number of other things that have to happen. The primers on the cases, the way the way the thing ignites the powder, I don't really understand very well. So those guys are going to give me a hand with that part. I need to figure out other things, like say the recuperators up here. These have to be at a certain level too, and I know that they would fill these with nitrogen. I'm looking through the manuals now, so I need to figure out what that's about. There's a way to measure the levels of oil and everything in here that we need to find. Those are just a couple of hurdles that we need to cross. But it's a really exciting project. I don't expect this to be done anytime soon, but this is part one of this project, and I'm hoping in 6 months' time we should be able to send some live ammo downrange. And we got, like I said, projectiles and everything that has to be figured out. So there's a lot of engineering that's going to go into this. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. All right, hey Gregor, this is what I'm going to need from you. This is just a 3-inch, roughly 76 millimeters, but just as a example, what I need is the distance here. I need the measurements of the pressure bands on the end of the projectile for the 100 millimeter. So this is just giving you an example, because that is going to be critical for making the projectiles, and obviously all the other dimensions of the projectile as well too that we need to turn out over here. And then the next thing, obviously, we'll be moving on to the breech block. I need to figure out the disassembly of this thing just so I can check all the firing pins and the various mechanisms in here. It's a learning process as we go. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, like I said, about 6 months' time, maybe by the next flat iron, or maybe that big Sandy. We'll see if we can do that one. And we are going to get a lot of help from Bob and Rod Shaver too, for getting the ammunition and getting the gun operational. Like I talked about before, I am not a specialist in main guns like this, but we will get it going. Be a lot of fun. We're gonna go blow some stuff up. It'll be great. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.